In this video, we will look at exporting ThriftCart items to Shopify, both one at a time and in bulk, and various export configuration options. On your main Shopify page, you will have a list of recently added items. Items that are not on Shopify will show with these three green buttons here, and items that are already on Shopify will show with this orange Manage Shopify Listing button. When posting an item to Shopify, you have the option to make it visible or hidden. Both of them will make it will cause the item to appear on the Shopify admin, but visible items will be visible on the online store, whereas hidden items will not. So if we take this microwave here and click visible, this just posted the item to Shopify. And if we look at our Shopify admin and look at the products page, we see that the microwave has appeared here. And if we go to our online store and search for microwave, we can see that the item appears here. But if we select hidden, so let's take this French door here and click hidden. If we go to our Shopify admin, we can see that the French door has appeared here, but if we go to our Shopify store and search for French door, nothing shows up. And then there's this third option here, show when it has image, which will make it hidden when it has no images, but show it as soon as you give it an image. So if we take this large desk here, this has no images. So if we go to our online store and search for large desk, we don't have anything yet, but now let's go give it an image. All right, we just added an image within ThriftCart. Now let's go back to the online store, search for large desk, and now it appears. And you can also search for items in this search bar up here. So if we search for 50-foot garden hose, we got that. And then we can just click these buttons here the same way we do down here. When exporting a ThriftCart item to Shopify, you have the option of placing it in a Shopify category or Shopify collections on the basis of its ThriftCart category. Come down to Settings and Value Maps, and we'll first look at the category map. On the left here, you have all your ThriftCart categories, and let's go ahead and find hardware. Okay, there it is. We click Edit. And then there are a few different ways to select the Shopify category that you want to map this ThriftCart category to. Now, Shopify has a fixed category tree, and it has literally thousands of categories, so it can't display them all at once. So they're displayed by a series of drop-downs. And you select this first drop-down here. Okay, looks like we got hardware here. And then once you select that, it will give you another drop-down with all the subcategories of that. And if it has this little sign right here, it's got subcategories, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. So if I click this, give it the next set of subcategories, and so on like that. In this case, I'll set it to hardware building materials and leave it at that, and click save. And let's scroll down to hardware again, and now let's click a subcategory closet rods. You can also type in search keywords here. So let's just type in closet rod. Okay, looks like we got that. And then when we click that, it will, let's just give it a moment, it will automatically fill out all these drop downs like that, and we can click save. And when doing this, we can also Let's go to door hardware. We can also click set the parent category. So its parent category is hardware, and that category was mapped to hardware building materials. That can help us quickly do this if the desired category is a subcategory of this. So if we go over here, we see that door hardware is a subcategory of this. So we can click that. And when we're doing this, we can also click include subcategories, click save, and come back over here. And we see that over here, all the ThriftCart subcategories of this thing right here, door hardware, are also mapped to this Shopify category, door hardware. And we can also override an inherited category. So if we come down to, let's say, striker right here, it's inheriting from category door hardware, inheriting the same category. But if we look down here, it looks like we got a more precise category right here. So click door strikes and that. And if we come back down to hardware and look at this 3-hole hinge, and this page tends to be a bit slow because of just how many Shopify categories it has to deal with. If we look at it, if we want to try to find an appropriate subcategory within Shopify, we see there's nothing for the 3-hole hinge, so we'll just leave that mapping to the door hardware Shopify category. So yeah, if you do want to go through the process of mapping ThriftCart categories to various Shopify categories, you can just go down the list here. It might take a while, but you only have to do it once. But on the other hand, there's also other mapping options. You can map ThriftCart categories to Shopify collections. So click this category collection mapping options here. And since this has to do with exporting items, you click on export map. And for demonstration purposes, we'll go find hardware again. And we'll click door hardware. And we'll map that to small home construction. And we'll also check include subcategories. So click save there. And we see now it's mapping the door hardware and all its subcategories to this Shopify collection. And as one last mapping option, you may have collections in your Shopify account configured such that it depends on the product vendor. So if I go like this collection right here, one of the requirements is that the vendor contains donation. And so ThriftCart has a mapping option to take a ThriftCart donation source and map it to a Shopify vendor. So let's go back to ThriftCart. On this setting page here, you've got this donation source vendor map. So if the ThriftCart donation source is donated, we'll set the Shopify vendor to donation. And we'll click save. And then come back to our main Shopify page. And to demonstrate all this, we'll take this item right here, this 3-hole door hinge, and post it to Shopify. And then we'll go to our Shopify admin. And we'll find the product here. And 3-hole door hinge was under the hardware category, so we can see it got mapped to the door hardware category, and its vendor was set to donation, and it got placed in the collection small home construction. Sorry, just had to reload the page there. It also got placed in the low price donations collection on the basis of its vendor being donation. Sometimes the Shopify automatic collections take a few moments to actually put the items in them. But yeah, so there we see that all the category and collection mapping options worked as we configured. And then we also have some settings for whether or not to post an item automatically to Shopify when we add it from the item adder. So go to settings and value maps, and down here we're adding a new item in ThriftCart. Let's select post if hide from website checkbox is unchecked. And then we got the same 3 visibility options right here. Set to visible, click save settings. And now let's go to the item adder. All right, so within the item adder, let's just go ahead and add another 3-hole door hinge. Click this. So we've got this this checkbox here. So if we uncheck this, it will show up in Shopify. And then also within the item adder, we can select the Shopify collections if we want to. Up here it lists the collections that are already selected, and it automatically selected this one because this is what we had mapped the category 3-hole hinge to. But we could also remove that clicking it here, or add it and maybe add other collections as well. So if we do that, click add this item, and come to our Shopify admin, we see we've got another 3-hole hinge right here. And it was put in these 2 collections homepage and small home construction. And for various reasons, we may want to view the ThriftCart item ID within Shopify. So we have a couple options for doing that. We can either set the item ID in Shopify as a meta field or as the SKU. And I'll go ahead and check both of them for demonstration purposes. And let's go to the item adder and add another item. All right, we'll do lawn and garden grill and make sure it's visible in Shopify. And click add this item. And within our Shopify admin, we see it here. And now if we scroll down, the SKU has been set to the ThriftCart item ID. And down here is the meta field, which is also set to it. So depending on how you want things configured, you could have either one or both of these, or neither, showing the ThriftCart item ID. And the thing to note about the item ID is that it, when you check the box, it only affects items in the future. So if I look at an item that was added before I set that setting, like this 3-hole hinge, it does not have the ThriftCart ID here or down here. If you want to make the item ID appear for items that were added previously, you'll need to come back here and click these buttons here. So click this to update previous items with the ThriftCart item ID in the meta field. And that will take you to this page here. It's a bulk Shopify operation. But then we got that completed. And we'll do this for the SKU as well. And then we'll go back to a Shopify admin. And if we click any of these products now, 3-hole hinge, we can see we have the ThriftCart item ID here and in the meta field here. Alright, and there is also an option for exporting ThriftCart items in bulk rather than one at a time. You click this button here, and you'll have this set of search options. So let's go fill out some of these options. Let's see, we might export some chairs, less than 50, and as only if we have at least one of them. And you can either just click export right now, and it'll just export all items that meet these conditions, or you can click search first, and this will give you a list of items meeting these conditions, and then you can manually select which ones to export. You can export all except a few just by unchecking some right here, or you can export just a few by selecting that and then selecting the ones you want there. And then you can limit how many you want exported. Let's just set this to 10 right here. All right, now we got that set, and there's also the 3 visibility options up here. And now let's click export. I'll give you this warning right here. And this could take quite a while depending on how many items are in your query. We just got 10, so it shouldn't take too long. All right, the operation completed. Let's go to our Shopify admin. And come in here, we see indeed we have a bunch of chairs that were just added. All right, and that is a look at how to export your ThriftCart items to Shopify.